and I'm not hitting my face with that. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this look, which is sort of a Christmas / New Year's Eve appropriate look because I use quite a lot of long wearing products. I will warn you, however, there is a lighting change in this video, so get ready for me with no makeup on and it being completely different lighting in 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, up nice and close and personal. Right, so I have absolutely nothing on my face right now. Because this is sort of like a party look, I think prep is really essential. I'm going to be putting on a bold red lip at the end. So I'm just going to put some lip balm on right now. This is a Jason's one. I quite like it, it's quite nice. I'm also going to be putting on this L'Occitane Ultra Fluid Matte, which is kind of like a matte moisturiser. But this one smells really good. I'm going to be prepping the skin as well. I'm going to be using not 1, not 2, but 3 different primers. First of all, I'm going to be using this Dr. Brandt Pores No More for sort of my T-zone because I've got quite big pores. And I prefer this to the Professional because it's like kind of like a moussey texture. I don't know if you would be able to see that it is, but I'm just going to put that on. I'm using the viewfinder at the moment as my mirror. So whilst I'm applying, I'm going to be looking off slightly to the side. I also like to put it like here on my forehead because I have quite a few pores, and down the nose as well. Then I'm going to be using one for the rest of the face. This is a Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is just the standard one. That's like that. With primers, try not to rub them in too much. I find if you rub them in too much, they sort of like go away. And for my eye base, I'm going to be using the It's About Prime eyeshadow base by Soap & Glory. So this one, the reason I picked this one out is it's got like, it's not like completely clear, it's sort of shimmery, which is kind of what I'm going for. And there's a look done. No, I'm kidding. So I'm gonna just rub that in. So that is my face completely prepped. For foundation, I'm gonna be using the Dior Star foundation, and I'm gonna be applying that with a Silk Finish brush by Zoeva. So I'm just gonna go oop, oop, and then I'm just gonna buff that in. Oh, getting it in the eye. Sort of the look that I'm going for is sort of kind of suitable for like sort of Christmas parties or sort of New Year's Eve. You could rock this look, or even Christmas Day. It's sort of like a bit more of a sort of like party look, I suppose. That's my foundation on. I'm going to colour correct under the eyes, and I'm going to be using the Max Factor CC stick. Consider this like a chubby stick banana powder. So I just draw sort of V's under my eyes, and I'm going to just use my foundation brush. I'm just going to grab concealer. This is my Nars concealer. I'm almost out of this one actually, and I sort of haven't got any new spots, but I've got a bit of sort of aftermath of spots at the moment. And now I'm just going to move on to my brows. BRB, gonna go get my brow stuff. And I'm back. What I use for my brows most days is the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow. I've actually lost the lid, so I have to use a hair clip to sort of make sure it's not dried. You know, it's the beginning of the end when you lose the lid or something, but this has had a good life, you know. And it's kind of like a cream, like a liquid pigment. I've applied it fantastically there, as you can see. I think it's the more liquid format of the dip brow. I think it's really similar, but just in a liquid form. This is trigger happy eyebrows. I'm gonna have to imagine if I left it like this, guys. I don't know, looks a lot better. That's a bit better, isn't it? I always do my bad brow first because it's just a pain in the ass. Sisters not twins, guys. Sisters not twins. Just gonna brush through these. I always find sometimes when you brush through brows, it sort of makes them, like it distributes the product more evenly within the brows, so it's not like pfft, but it always sort of makes around the outside a little bit like ashy. So I sort of like to go around with a cotton wool bud, just around them. Like I haven't got any product or like remover or anything on it, it's just a plain cotton bud. You can't be bothered to sort of like go around it with a pencil or anything. I just think it sort of tidies them up because yeah, there we go. Fab. Now I'm going to move on to the fun part, which is using MAC Vanilla Pigment. I think if you can ever use sort of MAC pigments, it's going to be this time of year. But obviously these are like loose pigments, so they're super duper messy. I'm going to be using Fix Plus with this, but you could use any other type of fix spray, or even just water in a spray bottle. I'm going to be sort of using like this type of domed type shader type brush. Then what I'm going to do is just grab the Fix Plus and one side of the brush and just give it a light spray. And then I'm going to pat it into the pot and then put it on my eyelid. I'm going to be putting this sort of more or less all over. So I'm just going to be patting that on. Doesn't have to be particularly neat, this bit. Just getting that colour on there. Quick spray. Quick dip. And then push it on. So I've sort of just got white over the top. I'm now going to be taking the Ambient Lighting Powder Palette by Hourglass, but you do not need to have this product to do this look. It's just because I find these two colours are quite nice shimmery shades. I'm sure you can find stuff really similar in an eyeshadow palette, so don't fret if you haven't got this exactly. I've also changed my brush. This is a 227 by Zoeva. And I'm going to be patting the middle colour, which is sort of the lightest of all three, on this side here. I'm also going to sort of take that right in the corner there. So I've got that on that side, and then I'm going for this one here, which is sort of more of a browny type colour. I mean, it's not brown, but it's sort of like a more sort of champagne-y, it's more sort of like a browny shimmer colour, and I'm going to be taking that on the outside. I'm just working it in to the corners. And a little bit into the crease. But yeah, so I'm just going to show you those colours again that I used. The middle one's sort of like a whitish sort of highlight. It's the lightest out of the palette. And then I've gone for this one here, which is sort of more of a tan highlight. But as I said, I just use this because I'm going to be using this on my cheeks as well. But you could definitely find shades like that in sort of any neutral eyeshadow palette, really. Cool, then I'm going to be grabbing my bronzer, which is from the Olympia palette by Nars. And I'm just going to be running that through my crease as well. So I'm taking that on this sort of shading brush and just shoving that through the crease. I tend to use my bronzer through my crease quite a lot, actually, if I'm sort of running low on time. But obviously, if you have your favourite crease shade, that's not a problem here. So that's the eye look there. It's not all that fussy, but I think sort of the layers with the pigment and the eyeshadow base, it will last quite a long time, and it's a fairly simple look. So now I'm gonna line my eyes because I just think I just love liner, and I don't think I look the same without liner. So this is the Tattoo Liner by Kat Von D, which is my fave. And I'm gonna try and line on camera. I'm not promising anything though. It could go horribly wrong. I don't really have a technique with liner, but I tend to do sort of the flick first and see if they match, which they don't. That one's a bit more up. I find it really hard to do liner and hold a mirror because I tend to like stretch my skin out. Cool, I've changed the angle because, you know, this is very makeshift and I'm using my knee to rest the mirror on. So yeah, as I said, I sort of do the flick bit here first and then bring it across the eye. One thing I do, I don't know if you saw, is I don't go all the way into the corner. I go sort of 2/3, 3/4 of the way through. And you're also getting a great shot of my cleavage, so lucky you guys. Woohoo! I think liner is a lot like learning to drive. I remember when I was learning to drive and do manoeuvres, I was always really, really scared and moving ever so slightly, and I did not get it until my instructor just sort of said to me, like, just do it. And I think with liner, like, don't be cocky, but you know, you've got this. You know, it's never the end of the world if it goes wrong. I always find if they're sort of not quite there, which they're not at the moment, you need to sort of identify what is different and then whether or not you can change it. Cool, there we go, they're pretty similar. One thing my friend once told me when I was faffing around with my eyeliner and being worried that they weren't even, so I'm just bringing you up, which has sort of stuck with me, and she was like, Alice, nobody's gonna notice. And you know what, I think unless they're like really bad, if there's sort of just like tiny minute things, you know what, who's gonna notice? I know it'll probably piss you off that you know, but honestly, sometimes you just need to go, no one's gonna notice. So I'm now gonna move back to skin. I'm gonna go back to the Olympia palette, and I'm gonna be using the yellow colour, which I'm gonna use to set my under eye makeup. I'm also using the Real Techniques contour brush to do this. And I'm just going underneath. Oh, we're losing light, guys, we're losing light. Go. What am I doing? Hang on one sec. The lighting's probably going to change because the sun has now gone behind the houses opposite my house. So give me 2 seconds and I'm going to turn the main light on. I'm probably very yellow right now. It's because I'm sat right underneath the light. But sort of we were losing light, so it just wasn't going to happen, was it? Sorry, guys. And I'm now going to contour with the same contour palette and with a Zoeva 109 brush, which is the Luxe face paint. And I'm just going to sort of pop it in there. So when you first pop it on, it can look a bit harsh, but then I find sort of give it a blend both that way and sort of that way, and like sort of blend upwards. It's sort of, there we go. I'm going to use a blusher now. Of course, I'm always using Stereo Rose. Sorry guys, it's just my favourite. I just really like it, so I'm going to use that again. This is just sort of like a pinky blush, just to sort of tie the cheek together. So there's sort of that there. I'm also going to go back to the Ambient Lighting Powder palette, and I'm going to use the middle one again, sort of the main one that I used. And I'm going to use a Real Tech setting brush with that one. So I'm going to just take that under the eye there, under here. I think sort of there's any night of the year that you can get away with an abundance of highlighter, it is New Year's Eve. So let's take that down the nose. I'm going to take it on the tip of the brush and just chuck that there. I don't know if you can tell, I've got a really, really chapped lip, so I'm sure my lips are going to look fantastic. Right, I'm going to finish off my eyes. I'm going to be using my eyelash curlers. Ooh, ooh, ooh. These are Kevin Aqua ones, and I would recommend them. And I'm just using this mascara because I've got a little sample and I want to use it up. If I'm perfectly honest, this is the Givenchy Noir Couture mascara. Obviously, if you want to put lashes on, girl, you go for it. I'm actually going to be using just a $2 lipstick. This is Purty Persimmon by Wet n Wild, and I thought it's a little bit more orange based than your normal red, so it's quite an orange colour, and I just think it's like a little bit more fun, you know. That's why I've gone for this one. This formula is really long lasting. I think it's actually called Mega Last. This type of lipstick, it's the matte one. I just think it's really nice. Oh, I haven't powdered my skin. What am I on about? Getting ahead of myself, I haven't even bloody powdered. I'm just using the Nars setting powder here and a Real Tech Duo Fiber powder brush. And then, to add some added staying powder, I'm going to go back to my Fix Plus. So there we actually go. There's all my makeup done and set. I'd like to think this makeup would last quite well. I think a lot of that is in the prepping. But I would take along on New Year's Eve your lipstick, your concealer, and if you're wearing lashes, some lash glue. But yeah, so I hope that you've enjoyed this. Again, sorry about the lighting, but... Ooh. And I shall see you soon. I shall see you actually on Boxing Day. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye!